Hi everyone, I'm Erwin L'Ami, Grandmaster from the Netherlands, and a little bit nervous actually to doing my first Banter Blitz here on Chess24. I have a lot of challenges incoming. Let me first of all check with the chat if my sound and everything is good. No problems there, I hope. If I can just get a short confirmation if that's all fine, then I will just start accepting some challenges. I'm just choosing a random one first. Let's go. And I'm playing against ironmanth from America. I'll play the move e2 to e4. Let's play a bit more challenging. Knight f3, Sicilian on the board. Let's do an open Sicilian to start with. Curious which one he will choose. Some options now. e5, Kalashnikov. I have very little experience with this, but I always thought it's a little bit dubious, this opening. Can I go here? Yeah, now we are back to Sveshnikov. Well, let me just go knight f3. Maybe I can take on f6 as well, some extra option. Now I'll take on f6 and I'll just stick a knight on d5 and claim that I'm very happy here. Normally there's a pawn on b5 in this type of positions, which is not the case here. I don't know what that means, but at the very least it's a little bit different. He has put now his pawn on b5, so forget what I just said. How do you play such a position? Let me start by going h4 here. He cannot take that pawn because I'll go queen h5. Oh, that is a surprising move for me to give up that strong bishop on d5. Because now those light squares, that's going to hurt a little bit, I think. I'll go g3 next. Oh, now I'm going to go queen h5. This was the trick that I was going for. Now his bishop is hanging, and because the h-file is open, I'll have mating threats on h7. And this could suddenly go very fast, because I actually already don't see a defense anymore at this point. Let me see if I can... cannot actually see some chat here. Let me see how to do that. Let me see. I'll take on h4 here. I think that's peace. And the problem is I cannot see the chat, so I'll have to figure out how to do that. But let me first focus on trying to mate here. Yeah, so I just want to go either knight f6 check or g5, g6 next. This is going to turn ugly pretty fast, I think. Let me see if I can get something. Queen e8, yeah, I'm just going to go g5, g6, I think. Knight f6 was an option too, but let's go for mate instead. Queen e6, so he's ready to give up the rook. Well, I am ready to take that rook. And then I'm going to give a check. And I'm going to, I think, give another check on h6 after that. And then something should start falling. Rook comes to g7. This is going to end badly. Queen f8, I'll have queen e6 check. Yeah, this... if this is the kind of evening that is in store for me, then it's going to be a good evening, I think. Yeah, this is looking good. And he has resigned, even won a rating point. Let's quickly see another challenge. Let's see. Hungarian Gamer. Okay, let's. Oh, I clicked another. Also fine. Also good. I'm playing against Boron 06, and to my shame, I have to play karukon, obviously. I just made a course on this. To my shame, I don't know he's from Turkey, actually. He plays a 2 knights defense, a variation, I should say. Bishop g4. I'll take on f3. I'll go e6. It's nicely flexible. Let me go bishop c. Oh, terrible. I was afraid this was going to happen. Just brought out a course on the karukon, and then the moment it is on the board, I forget the details. It's typical for me. But I'm just going to play some obvious moves, and I'm sure it's going to be fine. Black has a very solid position here. Let me try queen b6. I actually think we're following some mainstream things here. Yeah, I think this is quite bad. I think after long castle, we'll go d4. We'll probably go knight e2. And to my great joy, we are following a game of Jan Gustafsson here. Yeah, I'm actually back in book here after a5. Very proud, very happy. And that game continued with e4, e5, I believe. And then I'll play bishop c5, which is a small improvement. g4 he plays. Yeah, I think this position is just excellent for black. I think we just start attacking on the queen side. I think this line is pretty bad, to be honest. You don't really want to allow a4, a3. On the other hand, playing a3 yourself is also a bit of a weakness. He plays c3. Wow. I would think there is something here. This looks a bit fishy. Knight e5, he has queen g3, so that protects things. How to play here? I should take a moment, because this is an important decision to make. Yeah, let me just go c5. I don't know. Let me go c5. Yeah, now I want to go knight e7, knight c6, bring the pieces in. I still think my position is great. c3 was maybe a good decision. I don't know. But I feel that his king on c1 is just, if the king would be on g1, it would probably be fine. But king's really badly placed on c1. I'll just, yeah, c4 I expected. I'll just bring the knight in, I think. Could have gone a3. It's a double-edged decision. Now I'll go knight c6, bring the knight in. And I think it would be not a bad idea to try and play b5 in this position. So maybe I'll start with queen a6, and then I want to go b5, open the b file, and give mate. That's how it's gonna be. Hopefully, knight c1. Yeah, I'll go b5 now. This looks pretty good. Rook b8 next. I like the look of this. It's very hard for white to get some counterplay. He can go f4 or e5 or g5, but it's so long before anything happens. I'm pretty confident here. Just wondering if there's a way I can see the chat here. If chat, because I'm constantly switching between different pages in order to see what chat is writing. Would it be nice to have it all in one screen? But I'm doing something wrong probably. Okay, queen g3. Now I have some decisions to make. Let me start by simply developing, not a big decision actually. Maybe I'll even castle and then I'll go rook b6, rook b8. Sometimes you just have to play it simple. I'll just play it simple. Start doubling on the b file. And then eventually something will pop up, I guess. Yeah, it's really hard to play. I really think this line is quite bad. It's interesting that if you look in your base, this line is the most played of all of white's options, but I think it's just really quite bad. I could already take on c4 and on b2. I can also go bishop g5. Oh, nice options. So many nice options. Hard to choose. I'll go here. Should I pay attention to the clock a little bit? Not really, though. Knight e5. Now f3 is hanging, c4. I can always take on b2 if I want. Yeah, let's start collecting some things. Knight e3 might come at some point. It comes now, actually. And then here as well. I shouldn't get mated, of course, on the other side. So let me just make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, that helps. G file is closed. Queen c6. e4 is a bit weak. Let's attack it. Check. Ooh, am I allowed to? Oh, this is going to be great. I hope you'll enjoy this. I have it. Oh, he resigned. That's a pity. I was really looking forward to giving that mate on b1. Next, let's see challengers. Let's see dangerous right. I'm going to play with dangerous right. And d4 is played. How am I have to play Dutch, right? I'm from the Netherlands after all. I'll go knight f6. Do I play a stonewall? I'll play a stonewall. But the bishop, yeah, the pawn is not on g3. Let me just mix it up a little bit. Play a bit of a Nimzo / stonewall / however it's called. Yeah, I'll take that knight. I'll go maybe d6. I'll go knight d7, b6, bishop b7. Pretty standard stuff, I think. Yeah, now I want to bring my queen over. Go knight d4, queen h5, and just, oh, that's maybe a bit surprising. At least for me, a little bit surprising. I think my opponent wants to go f3 and maybe e4. I think I'll stick something on e4 here. Is it a good move? Maybe that was a very bad move, actually. We'll see. My opponent plays very fast. That scares me. Very fast. Yeah, I'm expecting queen g4 next to try and attack that pawn on e4. That's the one that I missed, I have to be honest. But maybe it's not a very big deal. Or maybe it is. Queen g6. Do I want to go queen g6 here? Do I really want that? Let me just do it. So, some endgame where I have... oh, I just wanted to say that it's an endgame where I have nothing, but then suddenly a pawn got off the board, and now I definitely have something here. I'm already, especially with the f-file also in position, I'm feeling very good here. I'm feeling suddenly very good. Yeah, I felt that the opening didn't really go my way here, but now it's definitely smooth sailing. Yeah, I'll go with f5, I think, just to control the 5th rank. No counterplay with c5. Now bring the king in next. King f7, king f6. In the end game, the king must play. It's a very known rule. Yeah, now c3 is weak. I'll bring the king in. Yeah, this should be ending well. I have a good feeling about this. This one, the pawn endgame, we're not even gonna bother, I think. I don't really want to even think about it. Let's just how to do this the most proper way. Can actually go for the pawn endgame. Realizing now. Yeah, let me just show some. Let me just show off here. I'll go king g5, and I think white will run out of moves. King g3, I expect. It was e3. Then I'll just block everything now with the move. Oh, I shouldn't blunder king f4. Ooh, that was close. I'll go king here. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I don't think I should be 1 minute on the clock. Pretty smooth. Yeah, what can I say? e5, I will chop that off. Going for a break. Yeah, but now I think simply, I'll make a little pawn move so that I can, oh. I just wanted to say, yeah, but I think I'll be faster. I think I'll be much faster here. This was really greedy, that last move, yeah? What was that about? Should just go for mate, of course. It's a shame what I'm doing here. Yeah, great. That was a nice one. I think that Dangerous Ride played the opening quite well. I was not so happy with what I got from the opening. Let's see another one. Exit. Kagan 2004. I like this E4. I'm going with E4, I think, tonight. E4 is the move. E5, yeah. King's Gambit. Let's do a King's Gambit. Am I really going King's Gambit? I just went King's Gambit. Okay, I'll take on D5. Yeah. How do they play this? I think they go knight C3. I'll go D3. I want to exchange that pawn. Tough. That is tough. It's the kind of thing you want to avoid. Do I take on E4? Why did I do this? Oh my God. DE knight E4 tells me something. Queen D4. Okay, I don't have all the time in the world, so I'll just go for this. It's probably really bad. It looks really bad. Queen H4 check. I want to go G3 and go knight F3 and hope for something. I'm expecting bishop takes C3 and then castle afterwards, so that I cannot take the knight on E4 because of a pin. Yeah, this is the reason why people don't play the King's Gambit, I believe. It's just even if you can even go to D5, then I blunder bishop C5, but I can still maybe take on E4 is actually hanging. I may actually be okay here. Shouldn't be so pessimistic. Okay, that one I already capture. I'll grab that pawn, I think. Why not? I'll just grab that pawn. And I'll just go knight F3. I have to develop. I always respect these people who play this opening and just get away with it and get even good positions. I don't know how they do that. I just offer a queen exchange. Makes sense, I think. Get the queens off. Yes, queen E4. Then I hope to play knight H4. Yeah, that is excellent. Okay, now I'm... I think he expected knight takes G5. But I wanted FG because I wanted to get my bishop to F4. Yeah, that's a pity for him that he pre-moved H6. Never pre-move. Because in this case, that pre-move really didn't work out. Yeah, now I'll just push my pawn. I'll push the pawn to G5. And yeah, this endgame shouldn't be very difficult to convert, I think. Let me go G5 here. Let me just go H4 as well. Why not? I do give him some chances maybe with knight C5 now, but he did not go there. I'll go knight D4. I think it's nice decentralizing. Maybe bishop G4 next. Yeah, those kingside pawns, they should be deciding, yeah? I will just now exchange that strong knight, potentially strong knight. Yeah, I'm going to chop it off. Then I'm going to go rook E1. Yeah, this is what they call technically a winning position. I'll have to protect a little bit, but that's fine. I'll go H5 next. Not if he goes bishop G6. Then I'll go rook F6. Attacking D6. Knight F5 is the next one. Yeah, this is starting to look very good. That's a good move. Let me answer with, my mouse is not helping, 97. This protects D5, attacks the bishop on G6, so this is looking excellent. I actually don't see a move for him at this point. Yeah, now I'll just take twice on G6 and those pawns are going to run. He's going to give a check, but those pawns are going to run. I can even give him that one, and I will. Yeah, I'll go to G8. I'll take that one, I'll go G6. You can even remove the rook from E3 now, and it will still be very much winning. I hope he doesn't try to flag me. That would be... I think I can manage this in 45 seconds. Yep. Yeah, it was a nice one. It was a nice one. Let's see. Let's continue. There are many more games to play. Let me see. Dodo Momo. Let's see. All right. Dodo Momo 007. I'm waiting for your first move. E4. Yeah, I can play karukon, of course, the whole evening, but I think not everybody will be happy with that. So let me do something else also. I already showed off my karukon, so let me not exaggerate. G3. Oh, if I had known that, maybe I would have gone for the karukon. It's a little bit slow. I want to keep my bishops. Let's go a6. Let's funk it up a little bit. Let's go h5, h4, h3. Up, h4. It goes bishop e3 probably, I guess. But it's not so bad for me. Kind of like what's happening here. After bishop e3, I can take, maybe go queen g5. Just start some attack there. Should take care of it, but I'm still surprised I cannot see a chat, but that's probably me being new to all of this. I know when I'm following games on chess24, then I can choose between having the moves or the chat, but I don't see that right now. Well, in any case, I'm going to open the H file soon, I think, and then I intend to give mate. Let me first take, yeah. He takes like that, okay. Then I'll go queen g5. Just probably way too optimistic, but I just want to have a good time. There, huh? Okay, I'll just go knight f6. I like the queen on d2 because it's pinned. So I mean, I like that it went there because now the knight cannot move from e3. Yeah, he's trying to figure it out, but now his h2 pawn is a bit soft. And I might be able to follow up with g7, g5 next move if he goes h4. I like the look of it. I have to drink something. We're sponsored by Coca-Cola today. What are we doing here? h4. Yeah, I think I'm going g5. I like g5. I see Benjamin Bok is in the chat, my good friend Benjamin, and he's calling me Erik, and that really hurts. I don't know how long we've known each other, and to just be saying Erik is really, that hurts. Wow, I want to take on e3. Then he has to take with the king and then have a knight check on g4, and he has to go king f3, but do I have... I don't have a continuation there. It's such a pity. It would be so nice to take on e3 and just get away with it. King e3, knight g4, king f3, rook h... Nah, it's too much. Huh? I would love to do it, but I'm afraid it's not correct. Okay, so then I'll just castle. Sorry. Very boring, I know. It's not what you guys were waiting for, but queen e3, I didn't see it. King e3, knight g4, king f3. If the knight wouldn't be on e2, I would give mate on d4 here, but am I missing something? Wait, but no, still not. Still not. Okay, I'll just bring a knight to d4. I should stop thinking about queen takes e3. I'm trying to be... But now actually queen takes e3 is a huge threat. I'm threatening to win the game with queen takes e3, and I just really hope he falls for it. Yeah, and he does. Wow. This is a move we all want to make, I think. I mean, for this alone, the evening is already a success. Wow. I hope he takes with the king and just lets it happen. Takes with the queen. Okay, that's fine, but it will not save the game in any ways. I want a piece now. And I'll take here, and then I'm going to take on c2, and it's just all collapsing. And yeah, that's just... Wow, that's a nice tactic to execute. I'm actually thrilled with this one. I'll go f5. I'll go g5. I'll go, oh yeah, f4, also fine. Yeah, that one is going to fall. I'm not even going to take it immediately. I'm going to take on h4. Up. Yeah, this endgame is looking good. Check. Typical technique to get the queen, the king away. What's the fastest way to mate here? I think queen f3, then knight e2, and then queen g3, and then queen g1. Was there a faster way? It looks pretty fast. Check, and let's do it on h3. Yep, very nice. I like this one. This was really a happy moment for me. And we move on. New challenges there. Sahibpenahli. Okay, it's your move. e4. Yeah, let me do a karukon again. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm sorry. He takes on d5. Okay, the exchange variation with knight on f3 already. Then I can just nicely develop, bring the bishop out. This shouldn't be a big worry for me. I'll just develop normally bishop d6, knight e7, or knight f6. This should be fine. Queen d3. It's a little bit exposed there. I think later on I will win a tempo by bringing the bishop to g6. Maybe already. Maybe not yet. Let me castle. Yeah, the queen on d3 is a little bit misplaced here, and I'm gonna try to take advantage of that. Let me do this one. c4. Okay, now I'm gonna go bishop g6, and this is what I was talking about. After queen e3, he can go to c3. Actually, I missed that one. I was hoping for queen e3. Yeah, queen c3 is a much better move, of course, because I was hoping to go knight b4. Okay, this was not the plan. Nevertheless, let me just continue like everything is according to plan. c5. Okay, I'll go bishop b8, and I'm gonna set up a mate. It's gonna be not very subtle, but it's going to be mating threat. Am I gonna do it immediately? Yeah, let's go f5. Let's go f5. Let's be a bit more sophisticated about it. Go rook f6, rook g6 maybe, before going queen c7. He goes to e3. I'll go rook f6. I'm not really sure where this is going actually. But I would encourage him to take there. So I really like him to take on e4. Because then I'll take back with, I think, well, I'm not even sure yet. I'll think about it when he takes. Maybe even f takes e4 is a move. But I just want to create some slow attack here. Any news from the chat? I see someone who has my picture, beginner pro. Okay, interesting. I'll go f takes e4. And I think I'll chop that one off, and I'll bring my queen over. And now I want to go rook f8 and rook f3. Can I make arrows here? Let me see if I can do that. No, I cannot. No, I just want to go rook f8, rook f3 now, and start some serious attacking. And that looks very good. Yeah, let's bring it over. f2 is now hanging. And also that knight, ladies and gentlemen, it has a bright future. It can go via b4 to c2 to d3. It can go to e7. There are just too many options. Let me go to e7 to prepare knight f5. Oh, this is getting very pretty, I think. Yeah, I'll go knight f5. And now something should start turning up soon. Some mating idea. Yeah, let's see if the queen c3, I can push the pawn to d4. I can also go e3. Hard to choose, very hard to choose. How to play here? Knight h6 is interesting. Oh, knight h6. Maybe I'll go knight g4 check. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, I never said this was going to be a fun evening, people. I'm playing it real here. Not giving anything away. Yeah, knight g4 check was a big threat, so he forces my queen away. But now I have the f3 square for my rook, and I'm going to make use of it. Ooh, not immediately, because this is a big check. Yeah, and that is immediately decisive. I'm expecting this. Yeah, there was, I think the opening went pretty well for my opponent, just that afterwards he allowed a little bit too much on the king side, allowed me to play for mate there. Next, Furkan 230. Are we going to see another e4? Maybe d4? d4, yeah, correct. I already played f5. Let me go knight f6 this time and go g6. And do something I never do normally. Bishop g7, King's Indian. This is a scary thing. I play bishop g4. And I'll go here. When I was younger, I saw Mamadiyarov and the World Championship under 20 once play a fantastic game in this line with black. Do look that one up. I think it was with Kharitonov. I was sitting very close to that game. It was really impressive. We are of the same generation, also World Championship under 20. Yeah, and I think they just go knight a6, knight c7 here, and then pretend to be happy to play a6, b5. I never really like these positions for black, but let's see. I never find them easy to play with white either, because black has this easy plan, a6, b5, sometimes e6 as well. We'll see what comes up here. Yeah, it goes bishop f4, and this is a bit uncommon, I think, because he's not really going to be able to push e4, e5, so I don't think that's... yeah, the question is a5 a threat? I think not. I think I'll just allow that to happen. Yeah, and now I can go b5. I think now I have it all under control. This is what the opening is about. Yeah, I'll take back, and I'll pre-move, save some time. This is looking pretty smooth. It's looking pretty smooth. Any news from the chat here? Yeah, I'll take that knight. This is looking nice. It's a bit of a benko now. It became a benko, but one where I didn't have to sacrifice a pawn. So I think benkos where you're not sacrificing the pawns, those are the only benko lines that are still okay. So I feel pretty good here. b2 is very weak, and as usual, just piling up. Simple moves, doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe knight e5 next is an option. I'm not yet, well, maybe I am already threatening to take on b2, but I wouldn't rush with it. I think the pawn doesn't run away. Yeah, it's nice when a plan comes together like this. Let me see if there's any news. The Selim says, hope I can play. Well, do challenge me, because I'll play as much games as I can. Bishop of king to h2. Let me try to exchange those bishops. I don't know if that was actually a very weird decision of mine, but I am obsessed with the idea of reaching some kind of good knight, bad bishop type of position. Maybe it was a weird decision to make. Yeah, so now I want to how to do this in the most proper way. How do they play these things? Let me go c4. I'm not sure I'm doing this all very exemplary, but but I can go to b3 and c3. This is a huge tempo that I just received. Yeah, now it's going to collapse, because now b2 will fall, and I'll get a huge pass pawn there. Queen f2 maybe is an idea as well. Yeah, this move queen c3 gave me the time to push rook b3 and c3, and now it's just smooth sailing. F4. I cannot take on B2 just yet, I guess. Why would I rush that? I can just drop back. Whoa. That's a big check to give. And then I'll go knight c5, because I'm not going to rush any rook takes b2 things. Actually, why didn't I take on f4? Would have been just fine. I'm going to take with pawn. And then I'm going to take on f4. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to take. And this should be all fine on one wing. No way that this is ever going to hold. I'm just going to run up. Looks brave, but it's actually very straightforward. King is also getting mated now. Let me first pick up this one. Actually, I don't need to pick up anything. If king h2, yeah, he resigns. Yeah, it was a bit too much. Yeah, yeah, it's just an opening that's really worked out well, I think, for black. Let me see. I have many challenges. Oh. Oh, you mean the first ones are all down, you mean, yeah? Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm all new to this. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, people. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I will then, yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Okay, let's go. Sorry about it. I had no idea about how to, I'm all new to this. I do apologize. Oh, I went, you see, I promised to go e4 the whole evening, and I am suddenly going d4. Let me then go all the way and at least try to make something out of this. Let's then do something sharp anyway. Oh, d5 goes knight f3. I could play a bit faster. 13 seconds, Erwin. Oh, now we're getting into some serious things. This is how Magnus played recently. Yeah? I hope not playing Magnus. Is Mark Lim the secret account of Magnus? Probably not. How do they play such things? They usually fight for the tempo, right? They don't develop the bishop on f1 because they think it's very smart to fight for the tempo. So that's what I'll do. I'll just keep fighting for the tempo. Just a3, h3. How is this? Suddenly, it's a bit dull, chatter. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to make it more interesting. I promise you. Yeah, let me just go to f4, and now I want to go g4, g5. Yeah, it's gonna start. It's gonna happen now. I should probably try to take on d5 first to keep the center closed, and then I'll go g4, g5, and I promise you it will be checkmate. Actually, will it be? Knight e4 is coming next. Ooh, I'm really not liking what I'm doing here. Really not liking what I'm doing here. No, knight e4 is a good move here. I'm afraid I'll have to chop it. It's really not what I was planning. Really not what I was planning. Knight e4, I'll chop the knight. He goes de. Then I'll do something like knight d2. And I think he can probably just go f5. I go f queen b3 though. Well, I leave it up to him. He has some time to think about things. Yeah, and I just got a message from my good friend Anish. He was so happy to see queen takes e3 happening. Yeah, me too. It actually made my evening already. I mean, whatever happens next, that move queen takes e3, nobody's going to take that away from me anymore. So I'm very happy Anish is watching and enjoying the banter here. Yeah, let's try to give mate, right? That's how they do it. Yeah, really not convinced about what I'm doing here. I also think that knight e4 was again an option on the previous move instead of taking on g5 for my opponent. But anyway, we are here now. How do I actually give mate here? Bishop let me first go to g1. I hope he goes knight c4. I will chop it off. And then I will go bishop e5 and start some mating threats. In general, bishop e5 will come very soon. I'm hoping for knight c4 to come here. Yeah, understandably, he's taking his time. It's getting very sharp now. G file is open. Yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping. Now I'll go bishop e5, and it's going to be very hard to, do I pre-move bishop e5? No, I won't. All this pre-moving, this modern stuff. Yeah, I just go bishop e5. And now the threats are going to be very real, I think. I mean, rook e8, ooh, knight f7. Is this knight f7? Knight e6, knight e6, ooh, this is juicy. This is very juicy. Yeah, of course, when all the pieces start lining up against the king on g8, it's gonna, some tactic is gonna come. Always happens like that. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah, the opening, I definitely played it way too ambitiously, but well, anyway, it's it proved to be okay. GRZK. It is your turn with white. D4, yeah. I like this Dutch. Once again, I feel morally obliged to play this move. Knight f6. And I'm gonna do my stonewall thing, I think. I like the stonewall. Such a solid setup. Yeah, I'll just go d5 here. And I'll go c6. I like that you barely have to know anything here. You just stick your pieces to good squares and game starts. Queen c2. I'll go queen e7. Yeah, I'll go knight d7. I am hoping that after cd, I can go ed and sacrifice on f5. Ah, but that might not be true, actually. Yeah, I think he may have missed a chance there by not going for cd. Would have been a positionally very desirable move to force me to go cd. As it is, I like what's happening here. Let's go knight f6. Oh, c5. This gives up all the tension in the center and gives me the chance to push e5, which I like. I think I'm doing very well now. That move c4, c5, I think was a bit of a miss. How do I play here? I'm tempted to go something like taking a knight g4. Maybe it's a bit too direct. Is it? Is it too direct if I take on f4 and go knight g4 for some queen h4? It's not really subtle. Yeah, I don't really know. I can also start with this one. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. If f3, I'll always have knight e3, so I don't have to worry about my knight being... And maybe I'll threaten bishop takes f4 now. I just inverse the order. That looks good. Knight takes e4. Yeah, then I'll have to take with the f pawn in order to keep some dynamic options. If he takes on e5, I'll take back with the queen, and then I have some rook takes f4 ideas. Yeah, now rook takes f4 is a huge threat, which he will have to stop. Yeah, he does with e3. Does he, though? He does, huh? Yeah, he does. Okay, then I'll start rerouting some pieces. I'll start with queen g5. Now I want to go knight e5, then bishop g4, and then stick a piece on f3. And like that, you know, start attacking. h3 is a move I welcome because it slightly weakens. King said, now I'll go queen h6 and maybe go g5 next. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Yeah, I'll go g5 now, and actually it's already collapsing now because the knight will have to move. Then I can take on h3. Knight f3 is coming. Yeah, these things can go fast sometimes. Yeah, Stonewall is a nice opening. I want to point that out. Very easy to play. No theory, just make random moves. After queen c3, I think I can go queen f6 now. Wait, I shouldn't be too fast. I was hoping after queen f6 to win his queen with knight f3 check, but after knight e2, he actually covers that. So let me then bury his bishop forever. Also not so bad. That bishop is never going to make an appearance again. That means that I can just safely offer an exchange of queens. Yeah, this endgame, I'm essentially a piece up. And that's a good thing, I believe. Yeah, I'll just go bishop d7. I'll take back with the bishop. Here I can actually take and go bishop c8 back. So yeah, now it's just a matter of picking up the weaknesses. I should hurry up a little bit. I'm so slow, but I think it will do. Rook a2 next. Yeah, I can bring the king over. Yeah, if there's any way you can beat me, ladies and gentlemen, it's by flagging me, because I'm really not used to this interface, but I think I should be good here. I bring the king over, then I'll go rook g8. I wanted to go, I'll go like this. I'll have to bring the rook in. That's what I'll do next. I'll go here, then I'll bring this one back. Then I'll go rook a3 check. I'll go maybe take. Oh, I'm being actually really losing on time here. Yeah? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, he's really fast. Oh, I'm scared now. Whew, that was scary, actually. Yeah, I told you, you have to flag me. That is very clear from what you've just seen. Far from flawless technique there, but I did like how this whole game went with the bishop being so trapped on h1. I'll go e4 again because that is a much nicer move than d4, at least this evening. A Sicilian. g6, how do they do that? I'll just go d4. And I'll take with the queen. Let's see. I think there's some old theory here, like e5, I think. Knight c6, and I think something like queen a4. I could be very wrong here. Knight d5, queen e4. Start kicking the knight around. Knight db4, I think, is the move. And something like a3, d5, ed, bishop f5. He goes there. Okay, I think that's also acceptable. I'll just develop, I think. Okay, I think he knows what he's doing. That scares me a bit. After queen takes, though, knight b5. Can I just go knight b5? Bit of a blunt move, but he has bishop f5, of course. That move I didn't see. But then I can, what can I do then? Yeah, good move, bishop f5. Afraid that he was going to make it, yeah. What can I do here? Yeah, this has definitely gone at least slightly wrong here. Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit it. I'll go queen f4. I still think that if the queen d6, I can maybe go knight b5. Let me try to play. But then he will take on f4 and go castle queen. No, I'm sorry. I just have to play this in a boring way, I'm afraid. I see no other way of doing it. No, I lost the theoretical battle here against Zevich. I lost the theoretical battle, but the game is still very much on. We have an endgame, which I like. I'll put the bishop on e3. I'll Maybe even put it on d4 if I'm allowed. I'll go rook c1. But I definitely don't have any advantage here. That is for sure. It's probably a fine decision that he makes. Yeah, how to play here? I think I'll go knight b5. Maybe. Oh, what happens there with the mouse? Knight b5. I think I'll go. Start attacking something. Yeah, not at all thrilled with what I'm doing here, but it's definitely ongoing. His knight on b6 is quite bad. Maybe I should have gone b3 even to sort of accentuate that knight on b6. Yeah, because now he takes, exactly. I'll go to b1 first. I'll take just. Yeah, definitely not having much here. I think he can do something active like rook fb8 here. And try to sort of force it. Looks to me very reasonable. Masu19857 is telling me some things about theory. I will read up on that later because I definitely need an update on this line. Bishop d7 is a bit passive. I think now I have definite chances. I'll go rook c7, and my pieces are getting in now. I think bishop g7 was a small error. Let me first take on here, and maybe how to proceed here. Maybe knight d4, just take some squares, making sure that he cannot enter on c2. And a7 is not running away. a7 we will take at some point. After bishop d4, we'll take back with the knight. Yeah, and I think here we can just take. Actually, let's be even more ambitious. Let's go in. Not sure how good that was, but hard to resist. And I'm having a serious time advantage here, so that will help. Look at those knights. They're pretty, right? They're covering all the squares. He has a check. That is true. Yeah, but I think it's trapped. Your knight is trapped. Your knight is trapped. And I'm going to pick it up. Yeah, this is a nice position. Nicely dominating endgame position here. Yep. That was definitely a fine game for my opponent, but it got out of hand in the endgame. Let's see. Such difficult names. K1337Z Master. There's this famous video where Tal takes his c pawn in his hand, pushes it to c6, and then turns it to c5. And that's what I'm doing right here. And Najdorf. The evening would not be complete without Najdorf. h3, let's go b5, which is not a good move, but why not, huh? Has to be proven. Why is b5 not a good move? I think there's an old game of Fischer here. And it didn't continue with g4. I think it continued with knight d5, pretty sure. Because now I actually get what I, well, let me not use too big words, but I think that I'm kind of happy to get b5, bishop b7 in. I'm not supposed to get that, I think. g5, am I not threatening that pawn on e4? What's happening here? What am I missing here? I think I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, this is just a healthy pawn, okay. That's a good start of the game. This knight of business, I like it so far. I'll just go e6, e5. Let's go e5 even. Completely uncalled for, actually, but let's just do it. After knight f5, I may even go g6. Just kick the knight around. Yeah, and I'll just maybe go something like bishop e7. H4, I can even go h6. Yeah, I get the appeal of the knight off. I get it now. Looks nice. If g takes h6, I'll take on h4, which should be very good for me. So yeah, good vibes here. Good vibes. Very good vibes. Yeah, of course, losing that e4 pawn is kind of a big deal in a Sicilian like this. I'm getting that there is no board. I'll have to ask some assistance. Just give me 1 second, please. I'm typing to the big bosses, and I'm hoping that they will figure it out. Okay, they're telling me now not to lose on time. Yeah, that is a good one. Okay, I will not lose on time. That is a promise. I'll pin that knight. And yeah, I'm hoping all is fine, guys. With I'm hearing it's okay now. Okay, thanks. Do keep me updated if it's not running according to plan, because that would be very annoying. Yeah, I think I will just bring my knight to d4. Such a beautiful piece there. And if c3, I think I can give a check on f4, or even take on f3 immediately, followed by queen f4 check. I have an extra minute. Yeah, this is all looking pretty good, guys. I'm pretty happy with how this is all turning out. Yeah, let me actually give a check. No, let me be. I missed some queen b6 idea, I see. Okay, I should pay attention a bit here, because I don't want to suddenly. Oh, tactics. Wow, that took me a long time to spot. I can actually take this knight. Yeah, I didn't see that when I played knight d4. I felt there was something, but not this one. That goes to show that if you have a good position, then the tactics usually work out as well. To use a nice cliche. Yeah, I think this was maybe the last move of the game, because it was not, but it could have been. Because yeah, now it's really quite lost. Yeah, there's not even a check, I think, here. So I'll just take on f3. There's not even a check. Queen covers c6, so queen c7. Yeah, I'll just go to d8. Yep, thank you. That was an interesting game. Let's quickly proceed. Diego Maciapiano. I'll go e4 again. 25-34. Whoa, scary. It's getting real now. And the Pirk, or Pirts, I never really know how to pronounce that properly. Yeah, but this one, I'm just gonna. I'm sorry, people, but I just love this endgame. It is such a nice endgame. I think white is just better here, and I always like to play this way. And then I'll just go f4. He'll go bishop b4 probably, and then I'll drop back to d3. I once showed this idea to my good friend Benjamin Bock, and he actually played it in a game. And then the usual story would be that he won a nice game, but he actually drew. He didn't win that game, but he got a very nice position, I think. Let me go bishop b5. The problem is, optically it looks nice for black, but he cannot castle anymore, and I can, and that makes it really unpleasant already at this point. Yeah, I'll just go bishop takes f4 now. Then I'll go long castle, and I'll go rook he1, knight d5. It's just already really problematic, and this is just a piece, isn't this a piece? If I go e5 here, isn't it some material? Knight h5 is the only move. But that knight it's not a piece, I have to admit, it's not a piece, but it looks really ugly on h5. I'll go to e3 back. Yeah, I'm hoping to make use of the fact that that knight on h5 is far away from the action of castle. Yeah, and like I said, he cannot castle. That is a very big deal here. Cannot go short castle in this position. And at some point, I'm gonna threaten the move g2, g4 to trap the knight on h5. Let me take here. Let me go knight d4. And that's what I mean. Now g4 becomes a really big threat. Not yet. What if I go rook g1 here? Yeah, like that. He'll probably go g6, and maybe I can go something like bishop h6 here. Feels so nice, this position. Yeah, now I can go maybe g4. And I think I should just maybe chop it. Not sure I'm making the most of this. Really not sure I'm making the most of this. Maybe I don't chop it. I'll go knight f3. Yeah, there's one idea I want to try. That's knight g5 here. I hope he takes. It could get very instructive if he takes. Because I think if he takes, he'll just be lost. Because his rook on g8 will never get in the game, and I will just double on the d file and I will just mate. At least that's the plan. And otherwise, I'm planning to take on h7. And if king e7, I want to go. I don't even want to take on f7, I think, which is a possibility, but he goes there. Okay. Yeah, that's, I think, similar to what I meant, but not exactly the same. Yeah, I'll take here. Maybe I'm messing this up, but I just want to see. I'm just curious, actually, if it works or not. If bishop takes e6, I want to go bishop g7, rook g8, bishop f6. And then I want to double on the d file and give mate. Looks strong. Looks like it could work. I mean, the king is really unsafe on e8, and the rook is never getting into the game. I mean, he can try bishop d5, but I will always be able to give up the pawn. So I'll go rook g2 here, I think. And if c6, I'll go rook d6 probably. I mean, he's going to try to set up some kind of blockade with c6, c4, and put the bishop on d5. Yeah, but that's really not going to happen. Now I'm planning to go rook d2 and then c4. I could have actually gone immediately rook d2. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was immediately finished, but I don't think it changes that much. It does. Oh, that's really clumsy. I didn't do that. Anyway, I still think it's a quite pretty position because black actually cannot move here. Black cannot do anything. So I'll just push. Yeah, I'll go rook d4. You see, I can just slowly improve the position here because the rook cannot move from the... and then I think I'll just give the exchange here and go king d4 and go king takes d5. And yeah, there's nothing to do. Wow. Rook b8, I go king c6, and I'll just take his rook. There's nothing to do. What a nice position. Yeah, very nice. I like this one. I like the concept. Next one. And let's see. Jolie Mai. I'm playing e4 again. Again, this one. I thought I just showed how that's done. I hope you're not gonna play e5 here because I'll see myself forced to play a different move than de. Okay, so we're getting some sharp action. The main line, the Austrian attack of the Pirch or Pirk. We say Pirk in the Netherlands. It's probably Pirch. Let's go e5. It's probably too early. Fe. think I played this game this way against Kasim once, if I'm not mistaken, but I have a pretty bad memory, so I could easily be mistaken. I'm gonna castle here. I like this half open F file, gives some chances for attack. Maybe go queen e1, queen h4, bishop h6, you know, knight g5. Get some attack in. Doesn't that cost a pawn? I'm gonna take that pawn. Because if knight takes e5, I can take back with the d pawn, protecting the bishop on d5 with the queen. Yeah, this is a big pawn because that also keeps my center together. Now it's just, yeah, it's a very big advantage, winning advantage. I think I'll just play c2, c3, just to make sure the center will never collapse. Then I'll go h3 next to ask the bishop where it's going. If it takes, I'll take back with the queen. This kind of plays itself. He goes, okay. I'll go queen e1 as announced. I want to go queen h4, start some attacking business. If e6, I can go bishop g5 maybe. And then play queen h4. Yeah, I'll just go bishop g5 here. Kick the queen away, because you don't really want to go f7, f6 with black. I'm expecting some queen b6 type of move, and then I'll go queen h4, bishop h6, knight g5, and play for mate. Because that's what it's all about. Yeah, bishop h6 is already a pretty nasty move to meet, by the way. h5, wow, that is a big concession. I'll go g4. Let me just go g4. It's not a very brave move when you're already a pawn up and oh, that's hanging. I'm taking that one. Yeah, this is not pretty anymore. Yeah, it went wrong in the opening, I think. By I'm not even gonna remove my rook. It went wrong, I think, in the opening when black lost that big central pawn on d5. Then it's already more or less over. Bishop f1. I think I'm just going to take on g6 even. I can also take back on f1. Also looks great. Yeah, just take back on f1. Knight g5 comes next. This is just too much. Yep. There we go. I'll first take here, because now with the queen no longer on b6, e6 is not protected, which means I can take it with the bishop. And I can follow up after rook f7 with knight g5. And ouch, this is ugly. This looks ugly. And that's mate. Yep, thank you. Thank you for the game. Thank you for the game. We have many more challenges, so I'll try to get through all of them. Caspar fan. I'll play Caspar fan. Do you have I thought, was it you who asked for a certain opening line? Well, I'll just go e4. I forgot. Knight f3. Let's go knight f3. An open Sicilian, of course. Those are the best ones. I actually play d4 more or less entirely. But I think for today, e4 seems to work well. Without knight f6, I've never really seen this. Is this normal? Oh, this seems like a big concession to give the bishop like that. I don't like how this looks for black. I'll go bishop g2. This looks nice. This looks very nice. Yeah, now I have nice control over d5 and e4. I think I'll just go h4 already. Maybe a bit overly ambitious, but I just want to go g5, just start rolling those pawns. Not sure h4 was the move. Maybe queen e2 and long castle was a bit more easier. Any news from the chat? It's my first banter, Jolly Mai says. Well, it's my first banter as well, so we can definitely shake hands. And after h4, my opponent is thinking. Kasparov, and I'm also a big Kasparov fan. We spoke about it today with Jan. I was helping doing the commentary at the Legends of Chess. And we spoke a bit about our favorite players, etc. And of course, Kasparov came up naturally. I'll go g5. A brilliant tournament, by the way, Legends of Chess. I think from all the internet events I've seen so far, and well, we've had quite a few great ones. I liked the Chessable Masters a lot. I really enjoy the lineup that we have in the Legends of Chess with all those legends. I really enjoyed seeing Leiko, Gelfand all participating. Gelfand, such a love for the game. It's great to see. Very inspiring, I think. And they did show that I think with a bit more practice, the legends would have done much better, but they're not really used to this internet way of playing, I believe, and that cost them, through most of the tournament, I think. And that's why we are now in the final with 4 people who are yet to become legends. Although I think Magnus can already safely be counted a legend at this point. Yeah, I'm going to bring my knight to d5. I think it's that moment. It's that time of the day when the knight is belonging to d5. After queen a5 check, I can just go c2, c3. Yeah, just go c2, c3. Such a nice control, I think, here. I really like the look of this. Yeah, if he now castles queenside, I'm going to go for a cheapo. Not proud of it, but I'm going to go queen b3 here. And I'm going to threaten knight takes e7. Which is pretty annoying, I think, to deal with. Yeah. He doesn't spot it. No. I will take on c5 first or on e7 first is the question. I think on e7 first. On c5 first. Hard to pick. I'll take here first. Yeah, the problem is that I cannot take on b7 now, but after bishop takes c5, he cannot recapture because of mate. So the trick, in fact, worked. Now it's mate on b7. Yeah, he resigns. Thank you, Kasparov fan. I think that opening, I'm not sure what it was, playing a knight over without the knight on f6. Looked interesting, but I don't know if it was completely correct. Shadow mate. It is your turn, Shadow mate. I see someone say the legends that were much cooler with Karpov and Kasparov. Yeah, well, I think Jan said something about this, that they did try to invite many players, but maybe not everybody could attend this time. But as it was, I have to say that I think that the lineup was just brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and can go bishop g4 here, but it leads to rather equalish positions. Let me just do it anyway. This is what I recommend in my course. It would be kind of weird to step away from it now. Curious if Shadow Mate has my course and if he maybe prepared for today. That would be very unfortunate if he prepared this, but he has stopped for now. The reason I prefer knight e6 and bishop g4 over the move e7, e6, which is the more classical way, is that I like the fact that we get our bishop out here. Normally it stays on c8 for a while, and then we have to develop it via b6 and bishop b7 here. Black immediately goes bishop g4, and if we can go e6 next and get the bishop out, then we'll just have a very healthy, good position. So in a way, it is more ambitious. Queen b3 immediately shouldn't be good. Yeah, it's one of those moments again. Do I go knight a5 here simply? Or do I take on f3? Something is very off here. I'll take on f3, I think. This is very scary what's happening here. I'll take. Isn't this very good for me? I really hope that I'm not missing something. Oh, it's of course, I'm really being put on the spot here, trying to defend my course. If I lose a game here tonight in the karukon, that would be really disastrous. That would be really disastrous. Although after queen takes e3, that earlier queen sack, the knight cannot really go wrong anymore. But if the g takes f3, am I really going to take that rook on a1? Because after c takes d5, his bishop might come to b5, and it looks pretty scary as well. I can also give rook b8 first. Yeah, I'm really not sure yet. I'm really not sure about it. Luckily, he's also taking his time. I'm really not sure, but I'm pretty sure I covered it in my course. But yeah, memory is a thing. If I go e6 here, no, that's weird. Shouldn't go. Knight c2 check, king d1, knight takes a1, c takes d5. Bishop b5 check is coming. That's really ugly. I don't like it. I'll start with rook b8. Really don't know about it. Normally, an exchange on d5 happens before queen b3. Just to clarify why I'm so much thinking here. I'm simply out of book. I simply don't know what's happening here. I'm going to take on a1 though, because at least when you're out of book, it's good to be up a rook, I think. I'll take back with a knight. Wow, this is such a bad position, maybe. Ooh la la. I'm going to go e6. Yeah, I'm going to go e6. After bishop b5, I intend to take on b5 and go queen takes d5. And I really hope that works. Complicated stuff. No idea what's going on. Queen e4 check. I missed that one. Nice. Queen d7. He wants bishop b5. I'll take on b5. And materially speaking, I'm doing very well then. So I'd be surprised if this is not simply great for me now. I mean, he's going to win my knight on a1 maybe, but it's going to take a while, I guess. And in the meantime, I should be doing well. I should be fine here. Was a bit worried before, but I think I've got it covered now. I'm expecting something like b3, maybe bishop b2. Really not sure. He's really taking his time though. You have to speed up. Yeah, b3 is a good move. The thing is, he's going to now win my knight, but I'm structurally speaking, I'm just doing very well, I think. So I'm going to give my knight here. Then I'm going to go f6 to make sure his bishop is not that strong on b2. And then I'll go bishop c5 next. I'm planning rook b8. Yep, there it is. And oh, that's not a great one. That's time trouble. Yeah, no, this was a very interesting game. I have no idea what I'm gonna check that Shadow Mate. That was a very interesting game. I have no idea what was going on in that opening line. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Sean Young. I'll play e4 again. It's my go-to move here. In the meantime, do we still have our board? All is fine? Yeah, okay. Then I'll go knight f3 again. Oh, we have again as a sit-on. It is the most fun opening, isn't it? Knight c3. I'll go bishop g5 because I know you want me to. I know you want to see bishop g5, so I'll do it. And I'll go f4. I used to play this way, but it was a long time ago. h6. Oh, I'll go here. Okay, I castle. Not sure what this is. I only know h6 in combination with the move g5. But like this, this looks like a opening issue. Now the rook is hanging, and knight takes e6 is a thing. I mean, I could take on a8 here, but I just prefer taking here. This looks like way too many things are hanging. Way too many things are hanging here. He's giving up the queen. Okay. I'll take back with the knight because I want to keep attacking. Do I though? No, I don't actually. I take back with the queen. And then I go fe. And the problem is he cannot, I think he's losing more material because the knight has no good square. So I'll go bishop takes e7 if he He does have knight d5 because my bishop is hanging on h4. So knight d5 is actually the way to save material here. And that's not even so simple, I think, after knight d5. I mean, I will take on d5 and I'll go knight c7. And that should be very good for white, I think. But I mean, it's not like I'm... Oh, but this loses more material because now I can take on f6. Yeah, and that is actually... yeah, now it's... do I go queen f3 even? Yeah, let's go queen f3. Double attack. I have to say I'm liking this. I'm liking this banter. I can get used to this. I'm liking this banter blitz. Yeah, this is queen versus rook. Sergei Rachmaninov. You remember that queen? Yes, I also remember that queen. That was incredible. I played a queen endgame against Rustam Kasinsanov from that pitch that we saw earlier, and to my shame, we were nicely playing. It was very interesting. And we were playing for hours and hours and hours and hours. It was a very interesting queen endgame. I was a pawn up, and he was chasing my king all over the board. I was going with my king back and forth, and I was nicely prolonging the fight so that to try and make it as difficult as possible for my opponent. And then suddenly he claimed the 50 move rule. That was a bit of a cold shower. Suddenly it turned out I didn't make a pawn move for 50 moves, and he made a draw like that. That was a very we were laughing afterwards. We were laughing about that. I always have great games with Kasinsanov. Always great fights. He's a great fighting player. It's always interesting to play him. Yeah, what can I say? The intrigue is a little bit gone from this one. I'm afraid. Queen is just too much. I'll go 94 next if I get the chance. I do not. Let me go queen f4 here. Shouldn't, of course, blunder anything. I'm not playing this very well, but the material situation is such that it doesn't really matter much, I think. I'll go bishop h4 next, maybe knight e4, try to enter on f6. And that should definitely do. He takes on c3, I'll take back. Yeah, like I said, I'm not so happy with my conversion here, but, well, with the bishop coming to d4, I don't think there's much to complain about. Yeah, I'll give it a check. And now it's a full queen, yeah. Great, let's quickly move on to try and have as many games as possible. Let's see who was first. Little Gary. Oh, Little Gary. That's a scary name. That's a scary name. I thought because we started a bit later, I thought, well, I'll continue a little bit. Maybe I'll do two more. Well, I'll see. Okay? Yeah. Okay, great. Having good time, so. Bishop before check. What am I doing here, actually? I'll go a5. Because if the bishop before, I'll go ab, and that's known to be bad. I'll go b6. Vishy Anand played this way against me once with the black pieces. Because he wants to beat me, of course. He didn't actually in that game. He usually does. I have a half out of 3 against Vishy. I lost 2 pretty rough games against him, but this one game I managed to draw. Do you go a4 in such a position to fix things? Or do you go 94? I think 94 is more important. The e4 square. The a4, maybe queen c2. Yeah, now I was hoping that I can get some f5 in. We've seen this structure before. The plan is to give mate again. In short, I'll go rook f6, rook g6 at some point, and just give mate. Queen h4. Let's go queen h4. After g3, there is knight g5. I hope he falls for that. I don't know even if it's a trick, but he takes on e4. I go fe. It's a bit of a concession to take. I like the look of this. Because now I think I can set that plan in motion with, do I go rook f6 immediately or knight d7 first? Maybe just knight d7 first. Let me not rush things. Yeah, now I'll go rook f6. Do I though? Because g3. I mean, after d, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. What am I? Just rook f6. Bring the rook over. Yeah, we've seen like this. We've seen this before. I think one of the first games. I'll go queen h3 here, and unless I'm mistaken, this is getting already pretty serious. Little Gary. Yeah, that was a pity. No, that was a pity. That was unfortunate because I think White was playing very normal, but then suddenly it got completely out of hand. Key d63. It's your turn. And I'm very curious what you will do. e4. Okay, enough karukons for now. I have played actually many lines in my life. But let me play the Cosio, named after Carlos Cosio, of Carlo Cosio. Carlo Cosio, he published a manuscript in the year 1766, I believe. I'm not making this up. And in it, he wrote about the Cosio defense. And since then, it's been carrying his name. He's never actually played the line, I think, if I'm not mistaken. At least there are no recorded games with his from his how to say, by him in this line, but his name is attached to this opening variation. And usually modern players, they play first a6 before going knight e7, the so-called delayed Cosio. Aronian has been playing it a lot. Oh, what's this? Ouch. Ouch. This is, of course, a common mistake, thinking that the pin is there, so the knight on e5, nothing. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Just as I was speaking about the history of this line, it does give us a time, though, to play more games, which is always good. Karukon 92. Well, I have to play this this player, and I have to go e4 to give this player the chance to play this brilliant opening called the Karukon. What to do against this? That's the question. This is tough. This is tough. I'm going to go d4, and I'm going to go ed and c4. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go knight f3, and I'm going to go knight c3. Yeah, I was afraid he would do that. I'm going to go bishop e3. This looks very weird, but it's not that stupid. I want to play some kind of improved Ragozin here. Place my bishop on b5, and then go maybe h3, g4, knight e5, and try to... it's not that stupid. It's also not great, by the way. But yeah, what to do against Karukon? It's tough. Yeah, I'll go bishop b5. Yeah, like I said, if we reverse colors here, then suddenly things look quite nice for White. I think I'll go h3. And if black goes to h5, which I expect he will, otherwise I'll just accept the pair of bishops. Yeah, then I'll go g4. And I think I'll just take on c6. I'll go knight e5, something like this. This looks nice. I'm not sure about the evaluation objectively, but looks pretty nice. I can start attacking c6 with queen a4 maybe next as well. Yeah, I think I'm even winning the pawn, am I not? Yeah. A tricky sideline. I'm just giving it away, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting sideline in the what's it called? I'm blanking here. The exchange variation, the Panov, I should say, the Panov variation of the Karukon. This move bishop e3 on move 7. Yeah, here I think I'm already sort of winning. Yeah, it sounds a bit harsh, but maybe it's the case because I'll take on c6 now. Oh, will I? I will, yeah. Because the bishop on e7 is hanging, so black has no time to take on b2 here. And that's the end of it. Next, I'll go b4, then I'll go b5, and the queen side starts marching. Yeah. So it is possible to win against the karukon. Well, I still have to do it, obviously, but this does look very promising right now. 94 is a good move. Yeah, I should definitely not underestimate this just yet. I should definitely not underestimate this just yet. I'll go 92. A5, wow. I'm going to push it. Not even thinking about taking that one. If you can push the pawn. Yeah, how to do it now. I'll go h4 here. Threatening to win a piece. Yeah, now I will, I think, win a piece by going g5 and then going f3. The knight has no more squares. This is looking good. Yeah, it's nice how it's all working out. No, this line really not so bad, I think. Yeah, I thank you, karukon 92. You chose the right opening, but even then, sometimes it can go wrong. Eric 93. I'm going to play Eric 93. I'm going to play e4 again. Again, the karukon. Wow. I'll just repeat it. Should I repeat the same line? It's a bit boring. I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to. Knight f6. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's the one I'm recommending on the course. So what am I doing here? I'm going to take, obviously, and I'm going to go bishop c4. I think that's the move. Aha, this is not the move I'm recommending because of a check. Knight a6 is the move I recommend because I think that this is kind of nice. I'm sorry, this is not going to be extremely interesting unless you like endgames, by the way. And there's nothing wrong, by the way, with liking a good endgame. I feel there is endgame is underappreciated. Can I go knight g3 here? Let's do it just. Let's do it just. Let's see what's going on here. If knight c4, I'm going to go knight takes f5, and I think I'm doing absolutely great now because the bishop has almost no squares. This is just great. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I'll go c3 here. And rook e7. Yeah, I feel a bit bad now because we see now 2 karukon games where it's not really going well with black. I should tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's really not a bad opening. We have seen that tonight as well. Do not get frustrated from these 2 games because it's really a fine opening. Just that on move 6, my opponent, I think, made a small inaccuracy by going bishop d6, and then you get this kind of positions where it's pretty one-sided. What do I do here? What's the best way? What's the best course of action? He wants to go b4 probably, but after b4 I can go b3. So I think I'll just go rook e1. If b4, I'll go b3. And then he has to move the knight, and then I'll even go c4. Yeah, so he changes tactic. I'll go king c2. Yeah, just structurally, it's pretty bad now. That's the issue. He may go c5 though here. Let me exchange that knight actually. I think it's a strong piece. Could have gone b3 as well actually. Wow, b3 was really good because black knight had to go to a3 suddenly. Yeah, I'll just go for the rook endgame because I think it's an absolutely terrible endgame for black. I'm essentially a pawn up here, but what's maybe even worse is my rooks. They are really ramping. Rook f7, big threat. If rook f8, I'll still go rook f7. Typical tactic. He resigns. Yeah, that is understandable. I think it's a pretty hopeless endgame. Yeah, what the heck? Let's do another one. Blunder. Let's see, blunder panda. Or who did I? Gorocha. Apologies for the pronunciation. I'll go e4 again, e5. Yeah, that f4, I think that king's gambit will lead. Oh, wow. Wow, respect. Respect. Okay. I'll take on e5. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm really not at home in these things. How do you play such a thing? Okay, let me take it. Ooh, and he plays fast. So scary. Yeah, let me play it in the most boring fashion available. Yeah, I'm actually not so much afraid of this, to be honest. I think I'm just a pawn up. Can I say that? I think I'm just a pawn up here. Yeah, I'll go maybe rook e1, maybe knight f1, knight g3. It's nice to get the knight on g3 to stabilize a little bit. I was a bit slow in the opening though, so I should speed up a little bit. But if I will, I trust I can bring this pawn home. Let's go knight g3. Let's go bishop d3 as well. Get some pieces off. Yeah, essentially I'm just a pawn up now, I'm afraid. That's the problem with bad openings. Even if you're not really aware of them, it's usually not really a problem. You can just make natural moves and you'll just be a pawn up like here. Yeah, knight takes e7 is a threat maybe, or rook e7. Rook e7 is maybe, no, not rook e7 because the knight is on g6. It's getting late, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now I'm going to take just, and I'm going to weaken his king a little bit more. Yeah, sorry, this is really not spectacular. I am well aware of that. I hope chat is still awake. Chat is still awake. That's a good thing. I'll take the e-file. I make sure he cannot take that pawn because he wanted to take the pawn, I think. Pretty sure he wanted to take that pawn. I'll go queen d3 or g3. Let's go g3. Make sure that knight on g6 doesn't jump anywhere unexpectedly. Yeah, it's a technical win, and I hope that I can prove that. I think I will. I'm confident I will. Queen f5 is a threat now, and he allows that to happen. Let's go here though. Take back with the queen on e4, a bit more active. I did blunder queen a2, by the way, but luckily it's not played. Yeah, I'm not really playing this in the most accurate way, but I think nevertheless it will be enough. Now knight h4 is incoming. And ideally, I just want to go to the pawn endgame afterwards. Oops, knight to h4 threatens queen takes e7. And that would be, yep, that's it. Check on the next move. And takes on e7. Takes on g3. Well, that gives me the time to take on c6, actually. And that should be it. Yep. Oh, I thought my opponent resigned. Sorry. King f3. I think resignation is not far away. He really wants me to take everything. Okay, that's allowed. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take everything, guys. That's wow. Yeah, yeah. That's it. Let's see. One more. Let's do one more. It's your turn. Magnusisa Kasparov wannabe. Okay. Okay, if I see no move, then I'm afraid I will have to abort this one. I'll give you 5 more seconds now. No, let's go for another one. I'm sorry, we'll play another time. Okay. 3+2 is a bit long. Beauty of chess. That's a beautiful name. And I'll play e4. And I'll go knight f3 again. Luckily, no f5 business. That was really scary. In my youth, I always played the Scotch Gambit. That's a really bad line, I think. But let's see if my opponent knows the refutation. So, castle. I think you can just take on e4 here, and after rook e1, d5. I used to play knight c3 when I was a baby, and I'll do it again now, just for fun. Oops. I see that my mouse is not cooperating. It looks like fun, but it's just pretty bad. There are many ways for black to play this way. Thank you, gorocha, and apologies for my pronunciation. It was a nice game. You scared me with f5. You really scared me with f5. And knight c3. Yeah, my opponent rightly taking his time. D takes c4. Yeah, it's definitely one of the ways to play. And now remember, as a child, I was very proud with the line bishop e7, knight takes d4. And if f5, I wanted to go bishop h6 here. That was my invention. I was very proud of that. All before the engines, etc. f5, bishop h6, f takes e4, bishop takes g7, queen h5, check. It was very interesting. Probably it's very bad. I didn't check it with the computer, but yeah, it's all not so great anyway. But f5 is definitely the critical move here. I think it was played by Botvinnik also. So that's usually a good sign. Botvinnik played f5. And I think his opponent simply played rook f4, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe chat can help out here. Castle simply, okay. Then I think I'll just develop. Okay. Bishop d6. Should I take on c6 here? I feel like I should take on c6 here. And maybe go rook d4. Or rook takes c4. Rook takes c4 makes a lot of sense. Not so easy, this position. Rook d4 takes on d6. I'll go rook. Yeah, okay, I'll take that pawn. I don't know. Tough choice. Another idea was to go rook d4 and try for knight e4 and try to take on d6 and install a knight there. Maybe I still get the chance to do that after rook d4 and knight e4 next. I do feel at least that my opening has worked out reasonably well here, given the quality of the opening line that I chose. Yeah, and in fact, this is exactly what I was hoping for. I get to install a knight on d6. He can try bishop h3. Oh, I'm wondering here something. Bishop d5. Oops. Okay. Now we're talking. Okay, this is ugly. Okay, now I have to think. Yeah. Okay, I have to, I think, go f3 here. And it's really not what I wanted to do, but sometimes you have no choice. If the queen d6, I want to go c4 and win back the bishop. But yeah, black has done well here, of course, to win back the, because I think I was already doing very well. I could have taken on d6 immediately, but I just missed this whole idea of going bishop to, oh, but this is a nice inclusion for me, because I can take on c6 now. Yeah, now things are quickly turning. Do I actually protect that pawn? Yeah, I do, I think. How though? Yeah, I think I just protect it with rook d2. And now I'll go rook c3. I want to go d6, and if, yeah, I think I'll just push it. Hope I'm not blundering anything, but I think I'm not. Yeah, my king is a bit weak. I don't like that, but okay, let me first go rook d3, and now I want to go rook e2 next. Get one pair of rooks off. Makes it a bit easier to play the position. Yeah, it should just be very good now. I'll push the pawn. Yeah, with such a pawn on d7, this shouldn't be a very big problem. I'll just centralize queen c1. I'll go king f2. Yeah, and I'll go h4. Oh, it's actually time already. I didn't realize it. Yeah, that is okay. Last one maybe, yeah, because we are seriously running out of time here. But let's just, anyway, we're having a good time. I hope. Open Sicilian, why not? They have served me well this evening. I'll go bishop g5 again. I'll go f4. Yeah, so this is going to be the last game, I believe. It's 10:52. I think, I hope that is accepted by the chat. If not, I'm afraid I'll still decide to make this the last game. But I do hope that, let's see, what is this? Do I just take on f6 and go h4, g4? I'm a bit out of, no, I just go bishop h4, I think. I'm a bit out of depth here. King b1. Yeah, here you'll get a clue that I'm not really a natural Sicilian guy. This all doesn't come so natural to me. Can I just go g4 here? Let's just do it. If my opponent punishes it, then I applaud him for that. Oh, but this is definitely not punishing, I think, my indecent way of playing. Now I'll go rook g1, and now I'll just start mating, right? Do I go h4 even? Yeah, it's the last game. Huh? Let's just allow f6. I'm just going to give that piece. I don't mind. Yep. Queen h5. How does Tal play such a position? Let's just go queen h5. HG. I open up the H file. I'm not even sure how I'm going to go next, but it's a tricky position, right? Oh, bishop e8 is coming. Strong. That's strong. That is very strong. Wow. Yeah, this was very optimistic what I was doing here. Bishop c4, bishop h3. Let me go bishop h3 maybe. Yeah, we should have some fun, right? It's the last game. It's funny, I get a message now from my good friend and captain of the Dutch team, Jan Gustafsson. If all went well with the banter, he doesn't realize I'm still playing, actually. The show is still ongoing. Now I like my position, actually. I should be able to do something here. Let me first bring a rook over. Yeah, this starts to look good. Maybe bishop h6 becomes an idea. b4, I can probably do something in like knight d5, or I like the look of this. Yeah, do I just go knight d5? Or do I just go bishop h6? This is, of course, the most clear-cut way of playing. Yeah, let's go bishop h6. If rook f7, do I even take on f7? Probably not, huh? Oh, so many nice options. I just cannot choose. Queen. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I'm just spoiled here. I just don't know what to do. Yeah, I'll just play something like this. I'm really not sure I'm doing this the right way, but bishop f5, knight f5 looks cool. I just want to crash through on g7. I'm really not doing this the right way, by the way. Let me just not pre-move that one. Bishop f5, maybe bishop g7 actually is a better one. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think I'll take on g7 here. Wait. Because if knight takes f5, which I was planning, there's I have no time. Okay, I have no more time to talk even. Okay, suddenly it's serious, huh? Suddenly nobody's talking anymore. So rook g7, rook g7. I'm going to take on f5 afterwards. King h8. I'm going to go queen f7. I don't see another move for him than king h8. So yeah, queen. Rook g8. I'll go. No, but this is losing. Rook g8 was the only move. Yeah, that's a pity. That's a pity. That was really yeah, it was a fun game. Well, I think we reached a bit of an end here after almost 2 hours. I want to thank everyone for a pretty good time. Yeah, thanks, Banter Panda. That was a fun game. I think a nice way to end the evening. I'm sure that we will meet again in the future. I had a great time. This looks very nice. This I really enjoyed this this Banter Blitz. I'm gonna definitely try to do that more often. Thanks a lot for your challenges, and I'm sure we will get to play a lot more in the future. Thanks. Bye bye. Hope you all.